It starts with a young tour guide, Simon U. Ford, leading groups of tourists from diverse backgrounds in Africa for several weeks
at a time. He wanted to make a lot of money, and so he went to this guru, right? And he told the guru, I want to be on the same level you are. And so the guru said, if you want to be on the same level I'm on, I'll meet you tomorrow at the beach.
What's fascinating about this story is how a unique understanding of human dynamics used to lead groups of tourists through the African jungle grew into a code of ethics and survival protocol that is leading the way for today's social media phenomenon. Simon observed that Type A personalities within the groups would act out of a tendency to influence others. Some people just need to lead in some capacity. Some do it instinctively without an understanding of what leading others meant, especially in such a hazardous environment.
So the young man got there at 4 a.m. He all ready to rock and roll, got on the suit, should have wore shorts. The old man grabs his hand and said, how bad do you want to be successful? He said, real bad. He said, walk on out in the water. So he walks out into the water. Watch this. When he walks out into the water, it goes waist deep. So he's like, this guy crazy.
Simon's strategy for holding everybody accountable through transparency is genius, to say the least, and it works very well. It's brought out the best in me, and it brings out the best in the people who are natural leaders to begin with.
You know, going to a foreign country, not knowing the language, not knowing anything about a country, but having somebody there who had already made all the mistakes, who'd already, had already done all the learning. Somebody who could say to you, this is a really good place to go, don't go up that alley, don't go here, this is a great place to look at, this is what you need to focus on.
I don't know how many of y'all got asthma in here today, but if you ever had an asthma attack before, you short of breath, SOB, shortness of breath, you wheezing. The only thing you trying to do is get some air. You don't care about no basketball game. You don't care what's on TV. You don't care about nobody calling you. You don't care about a party. The only thing you care about when you're trying to breathe is to get some fresh air. That's it. And when you get to the point where all you want to do is be successful as bad as you want to breathe, then you'll be successful. And I'm here to tell you, number one, that most of you say you want to be successful, but you don't want it bad. You just kind of want it. You don't want it badder than you want to party. You don't want it as much as you want to be cool. Most of you don't want success as much as you want to sleep. Some of you love sleep more than you love success. And I'm here to tell you today, if you're going to be successful, you got to be willing to give up sleep.
So there are a lot of features to the web these days which bewilder most people. There's a good reason why 95% of those people who start out fail. It's easily challenging to anybody, and for most people who are just getting their feet wet, becoming acquainted with the web, it's going to be overwhelming. So starting right is probably the best reason to begin with social traffic.
If you really want to be successful, some days you're going to have to stay up 3 days in a row. Because if you go to sleep, you might miss the opportunity to be successful. That's how bad you got to want it. You got to go days without, listen to me, you got to want to be successful so bad that you forget to eat.
I thought, okay, let's there's Twitter, Facebook, all these things, these social media instruments. How do I use them? Individually, no problem, right? Wrong. Because it can't be used most efficiently individually. They have to be used in a way that makes a symphony that you want the world to know about. Well, how do you get the word out? You can do it through social media. Easy. Well, not easy, because you have to know what you're doing. You have to know when, what, why, how.
Beyonce said once she was on the set doing her thing, 3 days had gone by, she forgot she didn't eat. because she was engaged. I never forget when 50 Cent was doing his movie. I did a little research on 50, and 50 said that when he wasn't doing the movie, he was doing the soundtrack. And they said, when do you sleep, 50? Sleep. He said, sleep. Sleep is for those people who are broke. I don't sleep. He said, I got an opportunity to make a dream become a reality. Don't cry to quit. You already in pain. You already hurt. Get a reward from it. Don't go to sleep until you succeed. Listen to me. I'm here to tell you today that you can come here, you can jump up, you can do flips, you can be excited when we give away money. But listen to me, you'll never be successful until I don't have to give you a dime to do what you do. You won't be successful until you say, I don't need that money, because I got it in here.
And he also spoke the language of building quality relationships with people.
Yeah, he had incentives. Sure, he had tricks. He knew how to motivate these people. He had strategies. But the bottom line is this guy knows human psychology and triggers and group dynamics to be able to do that. So that was the recipe I wanted from him. And I bet you do too. Isn't that what every parent and every manager and every politician wants to be able to do?